What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? It's been a minute. I'm Double P, host of Premier Sports Talk. I'm here rocking with you, kicking it with you. Hopefully you get in here and you tap in with me, and don't be afraid to express your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section. Again, I'm Double P, host of Premier Sports Talk. I just recently launched my new channel at Premier Sports Media for you. So if any of you want to come in here and subscribe, it's scrolling across the screen, the new channel at Premier Sports Media for you. Now, there's been a lot going on in the world of sports, a lot going on. It's been a busy Friday. It's been a busy NFL week, and it's been chaos with these NFL team coaches openings. So I ain't going to be too long with it. I'm just going to drop the latest and the greatest of what's going on. Again, I'm Double P, host of Premier Sports Talk. So the first thing that broke out today was that our national championship for the University of Indiana, Mr. Fernando Mendoza, he announced that he is entering and declaring in the NFL draft. He is projected to be the number one overall draft pick. That is not a surprise to any. During that national championship game against the Miami Hurricanes, who I was rooting for to win that game, the Indiana Hoosiers pulled out the win against the Miami Hurricanes. And like I said, Fernando Mendoza is projected. He is projected to go number one in the NFL draft to the Las Vegas Raiders. If any of you watched that national championship game, minority owner Tom Brady, he was actually out at the game on the field scouting out Fernando Mendoza. He played awesome. I've been liking what he's been doing all through the college season, especially during the college football playoffs. This young man is tough. This young man is definitely tough. He took a beating and kept on ticking. That's an old Timex commercial. I'm telling my age. Fernando Mendoza's Miami defense, boy, they was coming at him. They was trying to break that young man. But he took a pounding. He was all bruised up, and he kept on going. But I'm looking forward to seeing this young man play in the NFL. The Raiders are a team that needs to give him a lot of support, with some good NFL players. Give him a supporting cast, just like Shador needs up there in Cleveland. We'll see how he does. But again, congratulations to the Indiana Hoosiers and Fernando Mendoza being the Heisman Trophy winner and also winning the national championship. Like I said, there's been so much going on. There's been so much going on in the NFL. There's been so much going on. But before I tap into there, let me look for this one little thing here. We got in the boxing world, Terrence Crawford, he has where's that at? My apologies there. Let me get that up in there. Terrence Crawford, he has officially retired, y'all. Terrence Crawford is officially retired. He says Terrence Crawford, 38 years old, retired from the boxing, undefeated after 42 wins, including a recent victory over Canelo Alvarez. Oh my gosh. I watched that fight that night. I remember like it was yesterday. Canelo Alvarez. He beat him. He beat him down, y'all. A lot of people didn't think that Crawford was going to be able to go up to the weight class and beat Alvarez, but he showed the world that he is one of the all-time greatest boxers ever. He's retiring as the 3-time undisputed champ. He's retiring because he says there's nothing left to prove, and he wanted to go out on his terms. So Terrence Crawford broke out some breaking news today. Retired as the undisputed champion, y'all. He retired as the undisputed champion. Drop your comments in here. Again, I'm Double P, host of Premier Sports Talk. Let me know where you're watching from. Let me know what you think you're watching from. The NFL season's wrapping up. The reason why I'm launching Premier Sports Media for you is because I'm going to be touching on the NFL, the NBA, the WNBA, boxing, major leagues, MLB. There's a lot of trades going on, a lot of people getting big salaries. I got to top in and give you all that content. I want to do all my live collaborations on Premier Sports Media for you. It's scrolling across the screen. If you tap the Premier Sports Talk link, you're going to be tapping into this channel. So I'm trying to push at Premier Sports Media for you so y'all can tap in. I think I need 15 more subscribers to go live on Premier Sports Media for you. I think I'm 100 subscribers short of 4,000 subscribers on Premier Sports Talk. Premier Sports Talk ain't going nowhere. It's just that I saturated with so much short feed content. A lot of my subscribers are tapped in just for that. So that's why I got to push my my new live content and collaborations on Premier Sports Media for you. So what else we got going on? I don't know if you've been keeping up with Shedeur Sanders, but he's been decompressing, y'all. He's been decompressing. I watched on Shallow's channel. He pushed out some short content. Well, he pushed out some short video feed content, and he also pushed out a live video feed. Him and Shallow was over here and over in Paris. He's over in Paris, y'all. Let me pull this up. Now, I actually watched this live video earlier today. You want to check it out. Shallow and Shedeur was over in Paris at the Amir Fashion Show. I was thinking when they was going to these fashion shows that they was wearing their own gear. Now, when they asked them to go over there and support those big functions over there, they actually get to go over there, pick out the wardrobe they want to wear, and that's what they wear at the fashion show. All this time, silly me, I was thinking that they was wearing their own drip. That's what them young boys be saying. They be wearing their own drip, drippity drop, but they actually wearing the some of the clothes that the fashion designers allow them to wear while they're there, and they actually get to keep it. But Shiloh, like I said, if you watch, go on YouTube, you check out Shiloh. He dropped a short video and live video feed in their time over in Paris at the Amir Fashion Show. I think it was like 25 minutes long. It was really good. I really like checking it out. So many things going on in the coaching carousel. Before I talk about my Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cleveland Browns up there with Shedeur Sanders is we all know that if you don't know, you're about to know. Kevin Stefanski got hired by the Atlanta Falcons. And I really should have closed with that because Cam Newton on his show, 4th and 1, DC Young, he went off on Kevin Stefanski being hired by the Atlanta Falcons.
With this year, bro. Y'all nigga, we ain't did that, bro. What the fuck? All the shit you did, you know, bro. We don't want your ass, bro. We want you to do that, like, nigga. The fucking y'all only got mad at the fucking BP. And this the first decision you come to those right there, nigga.
Like I said, that was DC Young, the comedian. Cam Newton was showing a clip today on 4th and 1. I reside down here in Atlanta. I retired down here. Atlanta. Atlanta is a mecca, for all cultures, African American, Asian, Hispanic, Mexican, all cultures here. It's a very diverse city, and bringing Kevin Stefanski here and the highly publicized how everything was going on up in Cleveland and how they felt like Shedeur Sanders was not getting fair treatment up there as far as having the ability to play with the Cleveland Browns and everything he had to endure to even get on the field and how he was being treated. by Kevin Stefanski. A lot of people felt like he was being sabotaged up there. And, you know, Kevin Stefanski no longer got fired as the coach of the Cleveland Browns. Now he's down there, you know, with Matt Ryan, who used to be, they call him Matty Ice, that used to be the quarterback for the Atlanta Falcons. Arthur Blank brought him on as president of operations. And Matt Ryan hired Kevin Stefanski to take over for the head coach for the Atlanta Falcons. But there's a lot of scrutiny going on because Kevin Stefanski had a worse record than Raheem Morris did over the last 2 years for the Atlanta Falcons. The last 2 years, the previous coach, Raheem Morris, he won 8 games the last 2 seasons, whereas Kevin Stefanski went 3-14 the last 2 years. 3-14. He went. Well, actually, he won 4 games this year. You know, but still, his record was worse than Raheem Morris. And they fired Raheem Morris and they brought somebody in who has a worse record. You know, that's just not right, y'all. I just don't want to harp on that. I'm not going to harp on Kevin Stefanski. I want to deal with these other coaching moves and carousels. So we all know my Pittsburgh Steelers lost, and that's the wrong one there. My Pittsburgh Steelers lost, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers has hired my previous special teams coach from the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Buccaneers' first hire, as Todd Bowles reloads on the coaching staff. They hire a special team coach, Danny Smith, who held the title with the NFL, been a coach for NFL for the past 25 years. He's with the Pittsburgh Steelers special team coach for the last 13 years. That man keeps a big ball wad of bubble gum in his mouth, not chewing tobacco. You know, I just want to congratulate Mr. Danny Smith. I got much respect and much admiration for him. He's going down to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to be their special teams coach. Who else? I don't know if you know about this, y'all. Some more breaking news. The New York Giants either brought in or they already interviewed him. They brought in, y'all ain't gonna believe this, old man Philip Rivers, y'all. Old man Philip Rivers. Former QB coach for the Indianapolis Colts. Indianapolis had to bring him up off the couch after not playing for the last 4 years. Danny Jones got injured for the rest of the season. They called up old man Philip Rivers, who was the previous coach for the Indianapolis Colts and the San Diego Chargers. They brought him off the couch after 4 years. Played good. He looked good, you know. But out of nowhere, there's all these other minority coaches trying to be an NFL coach. And after 4 years, Philip Rivers not playing in the NFL, he come back, helped the the Colts, because they were still trying to make the playoffs. Unfortunately, they wasn't able to. And Philip Rivers got interviewed today to possibly be the coach for the Buffalo Bills. I just don't understand why they did that, y'all. I need y'all to drop y'all comments. Why did they do that? Why did they bring in Philip Rivers to possibly be a coach for the Buffalo Bills? Now, I know he could be a good mentor to Josh Allen. You know, they're even talking about bringing Brian Daboll back, who got fired from the New York Giants. Brian Daboll is supposed to be going up there for the Buffalo Bills and interviewing also. Brian Daboll originally was coaching Josh Allen when he first came on to the NFL when he got drafted. So that kind of makes sense, bringing Brian Daboll back to be the head coach. But it's just crazy how, you know, people not of color, whether you're Asian, you know, whatever your skin tone may be, how people of color really don't get the opportunities, and people like Phillip Rivers here is being asked. He interviewed today, this Friday, January 23rd, to be a coach, possibly be the coach for the Buffalo Bills. And then they got Brian Daboll going up there to hire to be a coach. And then even Mike McDaniel, who turned down the Cleveland Browns. Mike McDaniel was the former coach of the Minnesota Vikings. Excuse me. Not the Minnesota Vikings. Mike McDaniel is a former coach of the Miami Dolphins who got fired from there. He started out as a wide receiver coach for the Cleveland Browns. He was supposed to interview on Wednesday for the Browns head coaching job, but he turned it down because he decided to take the offensive coordinator job, and I don't blame Mike McDaniels, for the San Diego Chargers to coach Justin Herbert, on the offensive side of the ball, being an offensive coordinator. But then after he turned down the Browns on Wednesday, he accepted the offensive coordinator job for the San Diego Chargers. But then the Buffalo Bills called him for the head coaching job. And then now Mike McDaniels is going to be getting interviewed by the Buffalo Bills. It's just crazy, y'all. It's almost hard to keep up with. It's just been crazy. It's been crazy, crazy, crazy. So whenever y'all watch this live airing again, I'm Double P, host of Premier Sports Talk. Let me know where you're watching from. Let me know how you feel about Mike McDaniels turning down the Browns on Wednesday to get the head coaching position, accepted the offensive coordinator job on Wednesday the same day, but then answers the phone for the Buffalo Bills, is going to get interviewed for the Buffalo Bills. If that ain't a flip-flop, a pancake flip-flop, y'all tell me what is it? It's just crazy, y'all. It's crazy, crazy, crazy. What else we got going on? Let me pull this up real quick. There you go right there. There you go right there. It says former Dolphins coach Mike McDaniels informed the Browns he was withdrawing from their head coaching search ahead of the scheduled in-person interview on Wednesday. Mike McDaniel, who is still a candidate for the Ravens and the Raiders head coaching vacancy, is interviewing for the Chargers offensive coordinator job today. He has multiple offensive coordinator offers and could be in a new home soon. Well, it's Friday. He's already accepted, like I said, the head coaching, the offensive coordinator job for the San Diego Chargers. But then on Thursday, which was yesterday, he accepted to go interview up there with the Buffalo Bills. Y'all got to drop y'all thoughts. Y'all got to drop y'all thoughts. I'm pretty sure I got the chat open. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think. Now, my former NFL offensive coordinator for my Pittsburgh Steelers. He was also former head coach for the Atlanta Falcons. I'm talking about Arthur Smith. He was also with the Tennessee Titans from it's in here. Let me pull this up. Arthur Smith. This was the day that dropped. This also dropped today, Friday, January 23rd. Arthur Smith. The Tennessee Titans has spoken to Steelers offensive coordinator Arthur Smith about their offensive coordinator position. Smith was with the Tennessee Titans staff from 2011 to 2020. If you don't know, you're about to know. Right after the national championship game and after the Indiana Hoosiers beat the Miami Hurricanes, Robert Saleh had accepted. They came to agreement. Robert Saleh, the previous head coach for the New York Jets, his last coaching stint was with the San Francisco 49ers. He was their defensive coordinator. Tennessee Titans have hired Robert Saleh this week. I think that's a good opportunity for him. I'm glad he got that opportunity, but it looked like he's calling upon Arthur Smith to come there, possibly being the offensive coordinator down there in Tennessee with Cam Ward. I don't particularly like this choice, but we'll see what happens here. We will see what happens. What other sporting news that I got before I go in on the breakdown for the Cleveland Browns here. So we got Phillip Rivers interviewed with the Buffalo Bills today for their head coach position. Arthur Smith is being asked to interview for the offensive coordinator down there in Tennessee for Cam Ward. My Pittsburgh Steelers special team coordinator has accepted to be the special teams coordinator down there for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Terrence Crawford officially retired in boxing, went out on his own terms as the undisputed boxing champion. And let's see. Some more news here. I got some more news here. The latest and the greatest. This dropped earlier today, but we all knew this was going to happen. I think this is the first time in NFL history. It is the first time in NFL history. Is that the Cleveland Browns is confirming, like they said, what they already knew, that Myles Garrett and Carson Schwarzenegger are officially NFL finalist honors, with Myles Garrett breaking the NFL sack record. He is going to be, there ain't nobody going to beat him. He's going to be named the Defensive Player of the Year. And then with obtaining 23 sacks, beating Michael Shahan and TJ Watt's record of 22 and a half sacks. Myles Garrett is going to be, it says he's the finalist, but it's already written in stone. Myles Garrett's going to be the Defensive Player of the Year. And this young brother right here, Carson Schwarzenegger of the Cleveland Browns, he's going to be the Defensive NFL Rookie of the Year. He just balled out. You know, he was a walk-on for the University of UCLA. Excuse me. Just balled out. Well deserved. Now, it's been a mess up here with the Cleveland Browns. The reason why I'm a big-time Pittsburgh Steelers fan, but, you know, with me supporting Mr. Deion Sanders, Coach Prime, Shiloh, Deion Sanders Jr., Well-Off Media, and Shiloh. I follow the Shador Sanders real big. But it's been a mess up there in Cleveland as far as who's going to be their next coach. Let me get to this real quick. You know, they are the only team to not currently they're the only team, the Cleveland Browns, they're the only team currently that have not complied with the Rooney Rule, meaning the Rooney Rule is where NFL teams must interview in person a total of 2 minority candidates. And it's crazy that Andrew Berry is a minority Afro-American GM, and he only selected 2 minority candidates. Now, that was a major oversight for him. He only selected 2 minority candidates. And when Mike McDaniel's pulled out, because he's mixed with African-American, when he turned down this Wednesday to be interviewed for the coaching job in person, it put the Cleveland Browns in a bind because excuse me, Nate Scleehas, he can't interview in person until after the AFC Championship game and the NFC Championship game on Sunday. He has a minority background, so even if Nate Scleehas, if the Browns offer him the job, they're still by rule, the Rooney Rule has to have to interview another minority candidate, or they can pay the fine and just hire Nate Scleehas, who is the Ram passing game coordinator for the Browns. Jim Schwartz, he's already the defensive coordinator for the Browns. He is the top-rated NFL defense. He's already interviewed twice the former Browns, Baltimore Ravens, excuse me, offensive coordinator. Todd Monken is already interviewed. Grant Nadersky, a young up and coming. He just turned 30 this week. Offensive coordinator for the Jaguars. They're really talking up there in Cleveland in the media how they really like him to be an up and coming. He's one of the favorites. So between Grant Nadersky and Nate Skillhouse, one of those two is likely going to be the new head coach for the Cleveland Browns. Schwartz, he'll probably. They're talking that he's probably going to stay on as the defensive coordinator and get the assistant coach title to appease him and keep him happy. Mike McDaniel, like I said, he turned down the in-person interview on Wednesday. He accepted the offensive coordinator job for the Chargers. However, he accepted going to the Buffalo Bills to possibly get that head coaching position. Tommy Reese, who was the former offensive play caller when Kevin Stefanski gave up his play calling for the second year. He went down to Atlanta with Kevin Stefanski to assist on the offensive side of the ball. Jesse Minter, who was the defensive coordinator for the Seahawks, I believe. He is accepted. Oh, it's not the Seahawks. I forget what team he was previously with. But he is now the Baltimore Ravens head coach. He was previously on the Baltimore Ravens staff prior to Coach Harbaugh getting brought on there. With Harbaugh being fired and taking over the New York Giants, Jesse Minter, they brought him back to be the new head coach. With my Pittsburgh Steelers, the latest and the greatest is, the favorites is, they brought in Brian Flores. He was the previous Miami Dolphins coach before Mike McDaniel, before Brian Flores got fired by the Miami Dolphins. He sued the NFL. He won the lawsuit. He got hired on as my Pittsburgh Steelers assistant on the defensive side of the ball with Mike Tomlin. He left my Pittsburgh Steelers when he was the current this year Minnesota Vikings defensive coordinator. He was called in for an interview to be the head coach for the Pittsburgh Steelers. I thought that would have been a good fit, but after the interview, he went back to the Minnesota Vikings and did an extension as their defensive coordinator. Mike McCarthy, prior Super Bowl winner with the Green Bay Packers. Matter of fact, he beat Mike Tomlin with the Green Bay Packers in the Super Bowl. Mike McCarthy has interviewed this past week with my Pittsburgh Steelers. Who else? Chris Shula, he's a defensive coordinator. He has to wait till after this Sunday in the games. Chris Shula, he's one of the favorites to be hired as possible, taking over as the heir apparent as the new coach. Chris Shula is the legendary Miami Dolphins coach Don Shula's grandson. So Chris Shula has to do his second in-person interview. That'll be coming up after these games being played on Sunday. Anthony Weaver, he's a defensive coordinator for the San Diego Chargers. He was a minority candidate. He also interviewed. But right now, Mike McCarthy, former NFL Super Bowl winner with the Green Bay Packers, former head coach for the Dallas Cowboys, he's one of the front runners. And like I said, Chris Shula is one of the front runners. Drop your comments whenever you watch this live feed. I'm Double P, host of Premier Sports Talk. I launched my new channel. We're scrolling across the bottom at Premier Sports Media for you. I had to launch this second live channel because I want to do all my live content on that particular channel. I have to continue to still go live over here and do my live feeds. I believe I need 15 more subscribers. YouTube algorithm doesn't allow you to go live on a channel until you get to 50 subscribers. I need your support. I need your blessing. You know, Premier Sports Talk is 100 subscribers away from 4,000 subscribers. I know I haven't been on here for a while. I got to get back on here more consistent so I can cook with you and give you all the live content, latest chaos, and just the latest hot things of what's going on. I got a lot of time on my hands. My son went back off to college down there at the University of Missouri. He got a baseball scholarship down there. So what they call it, an empty nester. I got a lot of empty nest time and a lot of time to lean in here, lean with it, rock with it. You know, I'm a big time Deion Sanders supporter, so I'll be tapping in again with the Colorado Buffalo Live content. But like I said, Premier Sports Media for you. Right behind me, it says, I got time today. I got a lot of time today on Premier Sports Media for you. I'm going to be covering NFL, WNBA, NBA, MLB, boxing. I'm going to be covering it all, y'all. Covering all the sports, winter, spring, summer, fall. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for being a blessing. Most importantly, be a blessing to somewhere else. I'm Double P, host of Premier Sports Talk and at Premier Sports Media for you. Tap in, subscribe, hit that thumbs up, drop your comments, and be blessed.